GE Aerospace to build 9 more engines for Marines King Stallion. The U.S. Marine Corps is pushing its newest and most powerful heavy-lift helicopter deeper into full-rate production, with the Navy awarding General Electric Aerospace a $465 million contract modification to supply 9 additional engines for the CH-53K King Stallion. Naval Air Systems Command handed GE Aerospace's Lynn, Massachusetts facility a 465-32340 modification to an existing firm fixed-price contract, adding 9 T408 GE 400 turboshaft engines to the Lot 10 production order. The modification covers a variation in quantity, meaning these 9 engines expand an already running production lot rather than opening a new contract, and work is expected to be completed by September 2032. The full 465-32340 comes from fiscal 2026 aircraft procurement funds and will be obligated at award, with none of it set to expire at the fiscal year's end. The T408 GE 400 is the engine that makes the CH-53K what it is. Each King Stallion carries 3 of them, and together they produce roughly 60% more power than the 3 engines on the legacy CH-53E Super Stallion. The King Stallion is replacing that power advantage, translates directly into lift capacity. The CH-53K can carry 27,000 pounds of external cargo, 3 times what the CH-53E could manage under the same high-altitude, hot weather conditions that degrade helicopter performance most severely. For the Marine Corps, which needs to move artillery vehicles and ammunition in expeditionary environments where roads don't exist and runways are non-existent, that lift margin isn't a luxury. It's the difference between what a mission can carry and what gets left behind. The T408 engine itself represents a generational advance in turboshaft technology. GE designed it specifically for the CH-53K program, incorporating full authority digital engine control, advanced materials, and an architecture optimized for the kind of sustained high-power operations that heavy-lift missions demand. The engine produces approximately 7,500 shaft horsepower. Each one on each of 3 pylons. Running 3 of them simultaneously gives the King Stallion a combined power output that no previous helicopter in the Marine Corps inventory has matched. Lynn, Massachusetts, designated a labor surplus area, a classification that carries weight in federal contracting, is where GE Aerospace manufactures the T408. The facility has long been a center of GE's military engine production, and the CH-53K program has become one of its anchor programs. As the King Stallion moves through full-rate production, that production status matters. The CH-53K is no longer a developmental program working through engineering challenges. It is past the military acquisition milestone that certifies a system is ready to be built at scale and delivered to operational units at pace. As with virtually all engine procurement for a sole-designed military turboshaft, there is no meaningful competition to be had. GE designed the T408, GE manufactures the T408, and GE is the only entity capable of producing it to the airworthiness standards. The program requires sole source contracting. In this context, is not a procurement shortcut. It is the straightforward consequence of how military propulsion systems get developed and sustained across the life cycle of the aircraft they power. Naval Air Systems Command at Patuxent River, Maryland, serves as the contracting activity consistent with its role as the Navy and Marine Corps' primary aviation acquisition authority. The CH-53K program has had a long road to this point, development stretched across years of engineering refinement, software maturation, and operational testing before the Marine Corps declared initial operational capability. Full-rate production arriving now means the Corps has cleared those hurdles and is committed to fielding the King Stallion across its heavy-lift squadrons as the CH-53E retires each engine order under Lot 10 brings the program one step closer to the fleet density the Marine Corps needs. Enough aircraft distributed across enough squadrons to make the King Stallion's capabilities routinely available rather than carefully rationed.